Right then, lads and lasses, how we doing, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. In today's daily news video, we have 2/3 bits of Newcastle United transfer news. Starting off with a man who's been really heavily linked with Newcastle United recently. It seems like every single day we are getting an update on AC Milan centre-back Malick Thiaw. Now, recently in the past couple of videos, I've got to hold my hands up. I've been pronouncing his name wrong. If you corrected me in the comment section of the last video, thank you a lot. I was pronouncing it Malick Thiaw. It actually is pronounced like you're saying hi or bye in Italian. Malick Thiaw. That's how you say it. But on Malick Thiaw, we've got news that Newcastle United are eager to agree a deal with AC Milan for Malick Thiaw for £35 million. We'll also find out why exactly in the video. AC Milan will try and pinch every single penny they can from this deal. Hopefully they're not going to do anything dodgy like they did with Sandro Tonali. We've also got news on Newcastle United club captain Kieran Trippier, as it's yet again been reported he will leave Newcastle United this summer. So without further ado, lads and lasses, we've got a lot of news on the Malick Thiaw situation, by the way. Eddie Howe is a big admirer and much more. So without further ado, if you do enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button and of course subscribe if you are new, and let me know down below in the comments, would you pay £35 million for the German international and of course right-sided and right-footed centre-back Malick Thiaw? Without further ado, let's get into it. So we will start off with Malick Thiaw, and it's actually been reported many different things by many different journalists, so you might see different things pop up to the right of me when I kind of use the sources in the video. So starting off, of course, like I said, Newcastle United are eager to agree a deal or reach a deal with AC Milan for £35 million for the right-footed centre-back Malick Thiaw. Milan are aware of Newcastle United's interest. Of course, they actually rejected Newcastle's bid and asked us to improve that up to €40 million, and the Italian club still demand €40 million from Newcastle United. Now, what I find really interesting about this situation, if you've been watching the Geordie Josh videos recently, and more importantly, the Malick Thiaw videos and updates, it was reported that Paul Mitchell, our sporting director, was predominantly driving this transfer. It's now been reported by a very reliable source that Eddie Howe is a great admirer of Malick Thiaw. If you want the German centre-back to come to Newcastle United, I think this is pretty much big news. If our sporting director, the mastermind behind all these signings, the manager in Eddie Howe, and what it looks like, the majority of people who want Malick Thiaw at Newcastle United, this gives us a good indication that Newcastle United will seriously give this deal a go, and everything proves towards why they will as well. He's a right-sided centre-back, he's an international player at 22 years old, a very great age to adapt to Eddie Howe's very demanding system as well. What I was going to say though, as you may have heard by the start of the video, AC Milan will pinch every penny they can from this deal. Already sounds dodgy after what we've been through with Tonali, but the reason they are going to try and get the most they can from Malick Thiaw is because they do have a 10% sell-on clause, or I should say Malick Thiaw's former club FC Schalke have a 10% sell-on clause in Thiaw's contract, so of course it's not like it's a make or break sort of factor in his contract, but AC Milan will be limited to what they can get from this deal with that 10% implemented. Not like it's exactly going to ruin the deal. If you might have seen some recent transfer news, Arsenal have just signed Italian defender Riccardo Calafiori, whom Newcastle United were linked with at one point. He had a 50% sell-on clause in his contract from his previous club Basel. That is kind of a make or break deal, not a 10% one, so that will not harm us in the slightest. Moving on to Newcastle United club captain, as it has been reported yet again by the Northern Echo that Kieran Trippier is set to leave Newcastle United. Saudi Arabian interest still remains in the 33-year-old right back. I don't want to touch too much upon it because very recently there's been a lot of talk about Kieran Trippier and Saudi Arabia. We'll start to kind of touch upon it more if there's any sort of concrete news that there's a verbal agreement reached. If there actually is any agreement reached, if the clubs came in with a bid, then we'll start to talk about it. Don't want to speak about it too much because I think it's quite sentimental as well. Honestly, I'm always going to say I'm neutral on the Kieran Trippier situation. If he stays, look, we've got a very experienced, level-headed player there, and of course he can be back up to Tino next season, which is what I would have him as. If we sold him, get something like £15 million from Saudi Arabia, we'll make a profit on him after having 2.5 fantastic years from Kieran Trippier. Wish him all the best. What a fantastic servant. But moving on lastly to what isn't Newcastle United news, but what I really want to touch upon, AFC Bournemouth, yes, I'm talking talking about Bournemouth here, have just signed highly rated youngster and a man who was linked with Newcastle United at one point, Dean Huijsen from Juventus. You may know him from his Roma days last season where he actually spent the full season out on loan. He's just signed for Bournemouth. Lads, if Bournemouth's making some good signings, can we just step it up a little bit? No, I'm joking, look. I can actually be quite patient with not signing any players because I do trust the board, Paul Mitchell, Eddie Howe, and of course, the full-on board, that we will make the right signings at the right time to drastically improve the team. Fingers crossed, a right back, a right-sided centre-back, a backup striker, and anything else you want, lads. Just go crazy. I have full faith that they will sign the right players, but yet again, it's just a horrible anticipation. I know we've signed Lloyd Kelly, we've got Lewis Hall on a permanent deal, but I just want to get some big names in. Don't worry, I know they will make the right choices, but every team around us is kind of signing players. Ricardo Calafiori to Arsenal, you know, Brighton's even signing Minter, Nottingham Forest making signings like Elliot Anderson. I just want us to sign someone. I don't know what it is, it's just that summer transfer window feeling, isn't it, lads and lasses? So without further ado, you let me know down below, would you pay £35 million for Malick Thiaw? In my opinion, I've got to be honest, although Newcastle United are kind of being a bit stiff and a bit arrogant towards this situation, not wanting to meet AC Milan's demands yet again, like we foolishly did with Sandro Tonali, I think that's a bargain in today's day and age. Such a young player, he's a German international, playing for a club like AC Milan at 22 years old. He's big, he's fast, he's great in the air. I'd get him every single day of the week. So without further ado, if you did enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button and of course, subscribe if you are new for all Newcastle United content. I've been Geordie Josh. Go and enjoy your day, people.